Look at that. Doesn't that look good? Ooh, that's some sausage and chicken gumbo on top of some rice with some good old French bread. Would you like to know how to make this gumbo? Come and stay tuned, because I'm going to show you how. Hi everyone, thank you so much for stopping by Sister Cowgirl's YouTube channel. Today I want to teach everyone how to make good old chicken and sausage gumbo, and I'm telling you, it's easy to fix. Don't be intimidated by how fancy it sounds. This is a good old Louisiana dish, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So let's get started. Okay. To get started, I want to go over the ingredients, so let's take a look at those, okay? Here we go. So the first thing we have here is we have dark chicken, and I use chicken thighs. You can use chicken legs. So I boil them, and then what I do is I debone it, and I pull it apart into about bite-sized pieces, okay? So that's probably about 14 chicken thighs right there. Now you can use white meat if you want. That's fine if you're trying to cut back on fat, but I'll tell you, there are some dishes that are best with dark meat, and there are some dishes that are best with white meat. Well, I believe gumbo is one of those dishes dark meat's the best, okay? So the next thing I have here is I have some diced up sausage. And you can use either Andouille sausage, or you can use smoked beef sausage. I've tried both. They're both good. But today I'm using smoked beef sausage. And it's 3 rings of beef sausage that I'm using, okay? So then we've got over here, you've got 1.5 cups of butter. I like to use Land O'Lakes. They got good butter. So we have right here filet gumbo. This is the golden child of the seasonings for gumbo, of course, and that is 6 tablespoons of filet gumbo, okay? Then you have 3 cups of tomato sauce. You have 2 tablespoons of hot sauce, and of course we use Louisiana style. Then you have 3 teaspoons of minced garlic. Now I use the minced garlic that's already minced in the container that you buy from the grocery store, or if you want 6 cloves of whole garlic, you can mince that up. Then you have 3 teaspoons of cayenne pepper. You have 3 teaspoons of sweet paprika. You have 2 teaspoons of salt. Then you have 3 bay leaves, and it's all chopped up. You have a teaspoon of oregano, a teaspoon of thyme, a teaspoon of black pepper, a teaspoon of white pepper, and then over here we have 8 cups of chicken broth. And to that, I've already got over in the pot 4 cups that I boiled my chicken in. So I saved that chicken broth that I boiled my thighs in. I saved that, and I just add additional 8 cups to it. So it's a total of about 12 cups of chicken broth. Then over here I have what we call the Trinity, the seasoning blend. Now this is onions, celery, and bell pepper. Now normally you just use the green bell pepper. Now some of y'all, if you want to chop up onions and you want to chop up the celery and the bell pepper, you're more than welcome to do that and knock yourself out. I'm lazy, or let's just say I'm a little more convenient. And I buy PictSweet, the 10-ounce bags of PictSweet Seasoning Blend that you can get in your frozen vegetable aisle. and it has the already cut up onions, bell pepper, and the celery. And the red, what you're seeing red in there, is it also has red bell pepper along with the green bell pepper chopped up in it, which is not going to affect the flavor at all. So if you choose though to chop up your own onion, celery, and bell pepper, the Trinity, then what you need to do is you need to chop up 4 cups of each. Okay, now I'm sure you're wondering, my gosh, Sister Cowgirl, are you feeding an army? Are you having a party? Are you serving the neighborhood? No, no indeed. Brother Cowboy and I were going to be enjoying this gumbo this evening, but what's left over, I'm going to can, and that's my next video, is to show you how I can the gumbo, okay? But so for right now, let's get started on making this gumbo. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start putting this gumbo together. So I've got my butter melted. Okay, that was 1.5 cups. Now I'm going to put the Trinity in, and I'm going to let the Trinity saute in this butter, okay? Here we go. Let's get that Trinity cooking and get the onions in it really to where they're translucent. There's that. Okay, so we've got to cook this and saute this in this butter for about 5 or 10 minutes, okay? So this has been sauteing for about 5 minutes, and now we get to add all the goodies, all the seasonings except for the filet gumbo. So let's start adding it. Let's go ahead and put this hot sauce in there. Carl loves Louisiana hot sauce. Excuse me, Brother Cowboy. Let's get that right. He loves Louisiana hot sauce. He takes it with him to work. He puts it on everything, just about. So here's the garlic, the minced garlic. Let's put that in there. And I tell you what, here in about 5 minutes, you're going to really start smelling those seasonings. Got your thyme. And we've got your oregano. Your sweet red pepper. I'm going to turn this fire down just a little. Sweet paprika, excuse me. Sweet paprika. And now we're going to put your cayenne in here. Then we have some salt, some white pepper, black pepper, and then your crushed Bayleafs. Okay? Let's get all that Bayleafs. Turn that down just a little bit more. Let's give that a good stir, and I want this to cook for 5 more minutes, okay? So you're going to saute the Trinity for about 5 minutes. Then you're going to start adding those ingredients, those spices, and let that saute and simmer for about 5 minutes. Okay? Ooh-wee. Smells like Louisiana to me. I wish y'all had smell-o-vision. It's getting Louisiana hot up in here. Okay, I got my mittens on because now we've got to take this Trinity, this right here, and we've got to put it over in the stock pot. Okay, so here we go. Let's turn this off. Gear up. And I tell you, if you've got cast iron skillets, girls, y'all know those things are pretty heavy. So here we go. I'm going to dump that in. It might splash just a little. Just go easy at it. Yep, there it goes. Let's just put all that in there, okay? Now I'm greedy. I want it all. I do. I don't want to leave one little parcel in the skillet. So let's go scrape that down. Gotta have muscles, girls. Lift this cast iron skillet. There we go, that's enough. Okay, so if you look, all that goodness has been dropped into that broth. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the tomato sauce. Let's go ahead and pour that up in there. I'm going to get it a nice red color, of course. Yummy, yummy. Okay. And then give that a good stir. And then we're going to pour in the remainder of the chicken broth. Okay. So now you would think, okay, when does the filet gumbo come in? Oh no, we've got to let this simmer. I got to bring this to a simmer now, and it's got to simmer for 30 minutes. So we'll be right back, okay? So while we're waiting on the gumbo to simmer for about 5 or 10 more minutes, I want to show you this. This is some vegetable beef stew that I had canned, and I canned it actually on the 4th of February. It'll be shelf stable for 4 years, but all that gumbo that I have left over, that's what I'm going to do. So I want you to join me on my next video so I can show you how to can. So until then, let's get back to this gumbo and let's get that ready for canning, okay? We're back, and it's filet gumbo time. So we've got our 6 tablespoons of filet gumbo right here. And we're going to put that in that simmering pot. Give that a good stir. And what you're going to do is let it simmer for 5 to 10 more minutes. Okay? And I'm telling you what, this can't be done soon enough for me. Brother Cowboy's done been up in here 10 times wanting to know if that gumbo's ready. And I tell you what, he's about to feel how heavy my cast iron skillet is if he comes back in here one more time. So I'm going to give this a good stir. You see that's getting mixed up in there real good. And we're going to let that simmer for about 5 to 10 more minutes, and we'll be right back. Now we're ready for the protein. Let's put some chicken and sausage up in this gumbo. Here we go. When you get to this point, it's just about ready to eat. Dump all that chicken in there. Now some people like seafood gumbo, and if you do that, you put shrimp. You're going to put some crab meat in there, some oysters in there, maybe not. Some people don't care for oysters. I love them. But if you choose to do that, then you'll just, instead of putting chicken and sausage in, and instead of using chicken broth, you're using seafood stock, and you're using seafood. I prefer chicken and sausage. That's our favorite. But now what we're going to do, got all the ingredients in there now. I'm going to let this simmer for 30 more minutes, okay? So let's let that kind of soak in. That meat's going to soak in all those spices and all that filet gumbo. Give it a good flavoring. And then after 30 minutes, we're going to serve it up. Okay, it's ready to serve. I'm ready to give Brother Cowboy a big old bowl of instant gumbo. Let me give him some gumbo so he can shut up. There you go. Yummy, yummy.